Yo. Why can't I hear Switch?
The world.
Are we live?
We are live, man. And I
What
can't
the
hear
heck?
Switch.
Y'all hear me out there?
I hear you now. What'd
There
you
we
do?
go, man.
What'd you do?
No, you know what happened was the way that it registered was like it was playing everything through my computer.
Yeah.
So I heard everything through my computer, not my headphones.
Okay.
But
Sounds
anyway, no
I
intro
didn't even know
today.
we're live.
We're live.
like-
It's all good. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Frustrated right now.
Dope.
Y'all good?
Hey, that's user error though, man. That's your man forgot to, toggle the little thing, It is what it is, man. It's all good. Life
No, it's not.
is beautiful, man.
It is.
God is good and life is beautiful, man.
Absolutely.
So what's good with you, fellas?
We chilling.
How was your weekend, man? Yo,
Week-
go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like last week was a crazy week, man.
Last week? Oh yeah.
We
potted a lot.
We
did a lot of potting.
had all kinds of stuff going on last week.
That's why I ain't here.
Yeah, he had to take a break. What's up?
He's like
with
this.
that,
This is too much podcasting. Is that
He's
what
on
the deal
spring
is?
break. He's on spring break now.
Well, he went down to Florida. Is that what's going on?
I don't know.
All right. So
man.
last week, what did we have? We had your man Bryson, right?
That's Monday.
On Monday,
yeah. Crazy.
right?
that was last
that was-
week. That was already a
that
week
was-
ago.
That
A
was
week
Monday
ago.
last week, man.
Wow.
Last week. So that was Monday. That was a crazy show. I got kicked out the show, but we already did a recap on that joint, right?
Yeah.
People still talking about it. Then what? Then we had Mario Esco and Gil Vargas,
Yep,
right?
on Wednesday.
That was a good
Yeah.
show, man. I had fun.
That
Those
was
dudes are hilarious, man.
Yeah,
Those
that
dudes
was
are
awesome.
hilarious. That's why I like watching Mario's show. Like I usually like I'm editing on Tuesdays, and so I'll like listen to it while I'm editing because like Mario's like filled with so much
Energy.
joy.
Enjoy.
No,
yeah.
just joy of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like I just see like God all over him. You know what I'm saying? And Gil too. He's a hilarious dude, man. So them two together, man, is pretty dope. So that was a really dope show. That was episode 89. If you haven't checked it out, you know what I mean? Go back, check it out. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. You know?
Facts.
And then Saturday.
Then Saturday, Mama, we made it. Track Stars.
Shout out to Track Stars.
Shouts out to
Word.
Track Stars. That was a dope episode too, man.
That was. a
I
fun
just love the
episode.
fact that we collabed.
Hey, is that an IPA, brother?
No, not at all.
Oh,
That's a team, man.
I mean, I
energy.
wish.
What
Oh,
kind
I
of
wish.
drink is that? What's that? A
Bang.
Cuatro Loco?
You bugging, son. Nah, bro, this is a bang. I mean, they're not paying us or nothing, but my ring light's ruining it. But
Yeah.
you get the picture. It's a pina
Nah,
colada energy drink.
But this is dope, man, because we've collabed with a lot of podcasts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there's still a
lot of
few.
collabs
Go ahead. My bad.
with our guests. Like,
Yeah.
it's on this dope, man.
Yeah, there's a few podcasts I want to collab with that I just recently became aware of. There's some dudes out in Jersey, man. I just found them like last week, so I'm not familiar with the podcast name, but I'm sure we'll work something out,
Yeah.
But back to the Track Stars. Yo, that was really dope, man. That was a really dope experience. It really encouraged me to like, just to do more, to step it up. Those dudes are on point, man. They're legends in the game. They've been doing it for a long time,
Definitely.
So it's mad encouraging. Shout out to the comments, man.
The comments right now, we got it going. My man Kyle is in the building. Yo, Kyle, I was talking about you today too, man.
Wow.
I brought up your name, man. Not in a
Word?
bad way, neither.
That's
What's
not
up?
Christian, man.
What's up, Damaris on YouTube? Thanks for joining us.
Man.
Oh, look who decided to show up.
Oh,
Oh,
Mr.
look,
Ant.
Mr.
Okay.
Oh,
Spring
look at
break
Ant.
himself.
Look at the spring breaker himself. Look at that.
Yo, did you guys get to catch the fight this weekend?
I was trying to see it with family, but it didn't
So
really
you just
happen.
forgot all about track stars, huh? You're just gonna just like
Huh?
that's it with the
We
track
touched
star
on it.
segment. You're just gonna just ignore.
They
that
want to know?
completely, huh?
Go on YouTube, go on Track Stars, and go
Go watch
check
the
that out.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
Yo,
Um,
but I want to stick. I want to stay on that for a minute, bro.
Okay.
Because I think it's really dope. I heard a few people like kind of upset saying that they don't get the support that they want from CHH. And I feel like it's been nothing but love for us. Like mad people have showed us love, and we touched on it on the podcast with Track Stars. Mario showed us love. Ruslan showed us love. Ruslan didn't need to come on our show,
Mhm.
He came through on our show, just mad people reaching out to us and telling us that they like the show and whatnot.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to clarify though, before I forget, we say this all the time, like we're not a CHH podcast, and it's not that we don't want to be a CHH podcast or that we dislike CHH. It's just that we don't review music. We're a podcast. We talk. We don't review music. It's definitely a part of our culture, right? Because we like CHH, we listen to CHH, but we just don't review music. So we never thought of ourselves as a CHH podcast. For me, I don't see, and we talked about this in the chat. I never thought of a podcast as part of hip hop, right? Because you got 4 elements, right? You got the MCing, the DJing, the b-boying, the graffiti, right? Podcasting isn't one of them, So I just never thought of us as a CHH podcast, What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Oh, we
We're-
can.
I was muted. Live, folks. Can you hear me now?
Yep. There you
Good. Verizon on you. So I was saying that is Jimmy still here?
I'm still here, bro.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Whatever. My screen, it just shows switching myself. Anyway, I was saying that I never saw our podcast CHH strictly. I think we've had CHH artists and all that. It's just part of the I guess the guests that we've had, but we're definitely going to be branching out to other type of guests and that are not strictly rappers or artists or anything like that. I mean, we had our first guest was Voss, who I mean, he is CHH because he made music before, but he's not in that lane, I guess, anymore.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, I feel like call us whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But we're not CHH because we don't mainly focus on CHH artists. Like we're not, like our whole episodes aren't on what's going on in CHH, what happened in CHH. We mention it, it's a part of it, but it's not strictly focused on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
right.
but call us whatever you want, man.
Right. Yo, I'm glad that people think we're, that they want us, they include us in the culture, man. Like I'm excited about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to, kind of touch on that and clarify because, it when I was listening back to the podcast, I was like, I think the last couple of podcasts we've kind of mentioned that, and it was just for clarification, but I don't want it to seem like, we're anti.
Like we're trying to get away from CHH. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, Kyle. Everything Christ related. Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely. So you may transition into the fight now.
Well, did you guys see it? Did you guys see the Canelo
I did.
versus?
I watched.
What's his name? Yeardrum.
So I saw some of it because I was watching UFC. I had totally forgot about it because I've never heard of that other dude. Like, I don't really follow sports like that. I just know that the UFC is on every Saturday. So I was watching UFC, and then one of you guys was commenting or something like that, and I clicked the link, and spoiler alert, your man was down. And I was like, wait, what happened? You know what I'm saying? And then it was over, and then it was over.
Yeah.
That round was over, and then it was over. You know what I'm saying?
Did it happen right away or no?
Round 3?
It was round 3. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Round 2, he knocked him down, right? Was it
Yeah.
round 2? Yeah, I mean, what I didn't understand was why this dude was Canelo's mandatory. Like, this dude hasn't fought in. They were saying he hasn't had a fight since 735 days. So that was what, 2 years and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the fight that he had left. He had lost his the last fight that he had. So 2 years off, you're coming off a loss, and you're gonna fight the dude who's the biggest boxer in the sport right now.
Right.
Nah, that ain't gonna work like that. You know what I mean? I would have liked to see him maybe fight, which he is gonna fight. He's gonna fight Saunders. He's gonna fight. Well, hopefully he'll fight Caleb Plant, and hopefully he'll fight Benavidez. Those are some of the champs that are in there, and then he can unify it.
Right.
But, Charlo's as well. Charlo boys, that'd be a good fight. But this guy was like a punching bag. I mean, he had no footwork. He looked scared.
How did he get that fight, man? Because I feel like how much he get paid? I feel like I could fight Canelo.
Well, it's a mandatory. That's the thing. So they sanction that. They say that's your mandatory who you have to fight. So if he doesn't fight him, then Canelo will be fined for that. You know what I mean? Right. So it was kind of like either I'd be fined.
I'm saying how much did old boy? How much did old boy get?
Yeah, I wanted to know that too. He probably got $1 million too,
bro. Because I could fight Canelo for $1 million. I could fight Canelo for $500,000, man. I think I could do it. 3 rounds, and then my corner comes in, throws in the towel, and says it's a wrap. I could do that, bro. I could do that. I could really do that. Let's do that. TNC. Let's go.
All right. Rich said he got 2.5 mil. 2.5 mil just to go 3 rounds. Whew. And Canelo Canelo's expected to make 30 mil.
That's with pay-per-view though, right?
Yeah, with everything included.
Yo, son, that man made
Canelo,
2.5 mil.
And Canelo fought 3 months ago too, which was pretty dope too. So he's going. He fought in December, right? He fought Smith, and then he fought now, and then he's going to fight again in May versus Saunders, which is going to be a good fight, I believe, because Saunders is a little more technical when it comes to the boxing. He's not a knockout puncher. I don't think he's going to have the victory. I don't think anyone's beating Canelo at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think
he's on top.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has that skill like that. But
Ant in the comments. He said you're gonna spend half of it on medical bills. Nah, I don't think so. Your man is not spending 2.5 mil on. Bro, he got knocked out. Knocked down.
No, he's saying you. He's not talking about your man. He's saying you not built for that. Listen, bro. I've been watching LeBron. And I know how to take a fall. You know how to flop?
I know how to flop, bro. You know what I mean? So go in there, dance around, you know what I mean? Do a little Conor McGregor, run around, and then, you know what I mean? Lay out.
Wow.
I'm good, bro. 2.5? I'll be straight. He said, look, Ant said, you ain't potting after that fight.
Yeah, he potting after that. He getting us all new cameras and all that. We gonna be like, yo.
Listen, bro.
We gonna be looking like Ruslan, man. You know what I'm saying?
2.5, I'll be potting, bro. We gonna have all kinds of new sponsors. You know what I mean?
Look at Eric commented.
Yo, I'm gonna have Dr. 90210 sponsor in because he's gonna do my plastic surgery. You know what I mean, to fix my nose.
But it's dope, Canelo. Kyle. I don't think Canelo's ducking anyone. I think Canelo. You know what I mean? And he took this fight. Obviously, it was gonna be an easy fight for him, but he was on some. Make 30 mil or skip the fight or pay a fine. I'd rather make the 30 mil, right?
Right.
Easy work. Come on, it was a guarantee.
Light work, man. That's like 3 rounds.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So,
Did you guys see how they did it in COVID-free Miami, and they did it in the open stadium like that? That was pretty dope.
It's really dope that COVID doesn't exist in Florida, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love it. I love it, man. You know what's crazy to me? What's crazy to me is like here in Cali, right? Specifically in LA, you can go to a restaurant and eat inside a tent, and apparently COVID isn't contagious inside a tent.
wow.
But when you step inside the building, then it becomes very contagious. So like, why not just put the tent inside the building, and maybe we can, you know.
Listen, you need to take a trip out to New York so you can see the little restaurants within the little restaurants that we got.
Yeah.
You know? That's crazy. Yeah, it's wild.
But you know what? They just allowed sports to continue this weekend, this past Friday. So the parks were full. Like all the little Spanish kids were out there playing soccer and everything. Like it was really dope, man.
No,
really dope.
Yeah, it's warming up, man. Everybody's ready to go back outside. You know what I mean? Eat out and all. You know what I mean? You're gonna. I remember them saying that when the Great Depression happened, when the economy started kicking back up, they called it like the booming economy.
Yeah.
People want to go out, people want to, eat and stuff like that. So
and then the numbers go back up, right?
Well, I mean, during that time there wasn't no COVID. It was just like a depression, the Great Depression. But
oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking of
the flu, the swine.
Yeah.
I think that too. I think it happened that way too. Yeah. You know what was dope? I'm going back to the fight. You guys saw Barack? Did you guys see Barack on the TV?
Nah, I didn't see him.
Oh,
bro, I'm telling you, I tuned in, and homeboy went down, and then the fight was over, and then Canelo was yelling at some guy standing behind him.
Yeah. So for y'all, Barack is he's like him and his boy Hack are the main or Hawk. I don't know how to say his name, but they're both like the main commentators. You know what I'm saying? Him and his lady, and Barack's lady as well. So that was pretty dope to see him. Barack, for y'all that don't know out there, he's a brother in the Lord. You see him.
He's in the barbershop.
Yeah, he's the black dude that had the all black with the fedora on. Well, did he have a fedora on that day?
He usually does, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah, he was there with his lady. You know what I mean? His lady's the girl with the accent, with the UK accent. So that's pretty dope, man, to see him there, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember when he made it, when he was on when he got onto 50, right? He got onto 50's network on his channel, and he was doing his show.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to see where he's at right now, you know? And this is a dude that we was talking to in the barbershop, like, you know.
And
like,
he was CHH too. Him and his brother were rhyming
word?
For People's
I didn't
Choice.
know that.
Yeah, back in the day, there was People's
hey,
Choice.
yo, I gotta see a video. We gotta watch a video.
Yeah, we gotta get him on the show, like Ant says.
Right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ant.
Did you guys see the trolls that Canelo
That's what I was talking
out?
about. That's the part I saw when Canelo started yelling at homeboy, like he had some choice words for him.
So supposedly they had a Jake Paul shirt on, right? It was like a Jake Paul, and they were like, yeah. And he was interviewing during the time. He's like, yo, what y'all doing? He's like, get out of here. Beat it.
You think that was Jake Paul's doing?
No, because I think he would have taken credit. He would have been like,
it would have been bigger. It would have been better.
He would have put it on his IG, like, yeah, this was ha ha ha. This is funny.
Okay.
I ain't really see him comment on it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's possible. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Jake Paul, he's a mastermind when it comes to the trolling. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right,
he's gonna take that opportunity and make it bigger than what it was.
I agree.
His English was good at that moment. Yeah, Canelo's English, he know how to say a curse word real good.
Those are the first ones you learn, like in any language.
Yeah.
Word. So the fight was good or not? Like, was it entertaining? Did the guy even put up a fight?
Nah, the fight was trash.
Okay.
It wasn't a good fight at all, in my opinion. It wasn't good, not because of Canelo, but because of the opponent. Like, he just didn't throw. I don't even think he landed any clean shot. I think he landed one good shot. and that was it, man. So
Yeah. Wow, that would be crazy. Emmanuel on YouTube says Jake Paul versus 6'9", 2021.
Well, then they're not even in the same weight class. I think Jake, yeah, for sure. He's been training.
Absolutely,
he's got fights under his belt. Like, I don't think Jake Paul could win a real fighter, right? Someone who really does it and gets busy.
Yeah,
but I think he could beat anybody on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think he could beat anybody on Instagram. You know,
or even the average dude in the street. Like, I think he's more skilled than
for sure.
Like, if he would have called one of us out on That's Not Christian, you know what I mean? Be like, yo, are y'all talking? We're gonna have to train. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be like, no, you good, bro? You win.
Well, he's a big dude, right?
He's like over 6 feet,
right?
Yeah.
The average dude is not beating Jake Paul in a physical fight. But he's very serious about his boxing. You know what I'm saying?
We spending all that time, so not surprised.
Yeah, man. What else has been good, man? Y'all hear about Mr. Potato Head?
So what's the situation with Mr. Potato Head?
So they wanna make him they wanna make Mr. Potato Head how should I say it? Looking for the right words, right?
Gender neutral, just say it.
It's gender neutral, but it's really, they want to cater to all families, right? Not just the traditional families. That's basically what they said on their comment. So what they're gonna do is they're pretty much gonna have a family of potato heads, and you can mix and match. You know, it could be same sex, it can be, with the baby and everything else. So that's pretty much what they're doing, and they're dropping the Mister, which was been around for 70 years.
And now he's just Potato Head.
It's just Potato Head. They still have the Mr. Potato Head line, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they still have the Mrs. Potato Head as well, but they're also including this family thing as well.
So this is like a unisex bathroom, right? This is like a all, you know what I mean? Like, anybody can use this bathroom. Anybody can use this Mr. Potato Head.
They're basically appealing to the generation, the culture, and what's going on. So,
yeah, I don't understand. Like, who plays with Mr. Potato Head? You know, this day and age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a great question.
Is that even a thing? Like I
ain't even played with Mr. Potato Head back in my days.
That's what I'm saying. I never had one. My kids never had one. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe they had one because of Toy Story. Maybe because of Toy Story. Maybe they got it at McDonald's or something like that.
McDonald's, that's the only time.
Yeah, but like, first of all, like, I don't see that there's a demand for Mr. Potato Head, let alone gender neutral Mr. Potato Head. Like, really, people asking for that? Like, that just doesn't seem like they out, bro. They out. Ain't nobody buying that.
Man.
I mean, maybe this was the whole rebranding thing, and then they're like, okay, let's do this gender neutral so that way we can sell more of these toys. I mean, what's next? You're gonna have. You think
they're gonna sell more?
I mean, maybe for support, sure.
Yeah.
Or resellers, huh? Resellers.
Yeah,
resellers. In the chat, Zadok had brought it up, and he made a good point. He was like, "Yo, this is just capitalism as well. You know what I mean? It's a good way to profit and make money.
Absolutely.
Cater to the culture.
None of these companies, none of these companies care about your cause. Like, for real. Like, they just trying to make some bread. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what's gonna be next? They're gonna say Simba, and he's gender neutral now. And all these other Disney.
Nah, the funny one I saw was the Pillsbury Doughboy.
He's like, I'm next.
What is he now?
He gonna be gender neutral.
That's crazy.
He's just gonna be Pillsbury Dough.
I guess. Rich Rich
go
on
ahead.
YouTube says, "Imagine if they do this to GI Joes, Ninja Turtles, or Transformers back in our day. We had the best child in the 80s and 90s." That's facts. Yeah, I
Facts.
remember I had a suitcase full. It was like a. I wish I had it. It's probably worth money, maybe. It was a suitcase full of Ninja Turtles and like all their gear and everything like that. Like I used to, walk around the house with it. And it was like,
Wait, hold on.
yeah.
I thought you were Pentecostal though.
Not like that.
No. Because
Oh,
Pentecostals.
because it's of the devil.
Yeah.
Playing
They
with
would
what?
say because
Play
they
with
got like 3
Disney.
fingers or something like that. Because they got like 3 fingers, they don't have 5 fingers or something like that. So they Pentecost.
They're
The Pentecostals would
turtles.
say, "Bro, they're demonic." That's what I learned from
Oh
Pentecostals,
yeah,
that
the
they're
Ninja
demonic,
Turtles were
bro.
demonic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah.
bro. Because they
wasn't
didn't have
like
5
that.
fingers, right? Because turtles have 5 fingers. You know.
I mean,
Un demonio.
yeah.
That's why I was asking. That's why I was asking because I always thought that was a thing. You know.
Yeah,
Just
nah,
like
my parents went to tabla like that.
what's the other the cards? The cards that the kids used to play. You know what I'm talking
Pokemon?
about?
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah, those are
Digimon?
demonic too.
Oh, those are super demonic, right?
Right?
I bet you they're not demonic today because one of those packs goes for 6 figures.
Word.
One of those packs goes for 6 figures.
6 figures.
Wow.
The first editions or whatever. It's
Are you
wild.
serious?
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
I pulled out my baseball cards because of shout out to I Am Good News. He did a live and he was opening up packets of baseball cards, right? And he got some cool cards. I don't know everybody that he got because I don't follow sports like that. So I went back and I opened mine up, right? I had a little shoebox with a bunch of old cards, man. And I was like, wow, I can't believe it. I had those cards since I was 14, bro. That was a long time ago, bro. Like,
Man.
I wish I had some Pokemon cards that were 6 figures, man.
Yeah, you got everybody from that time that they put everything in the books, like they're all going crazy looking for it and all that
Yeah.
stuff because they're seeing how popular it is. I mean, Logan Paul just did a live, I think it was Saturday, of
Mhm.
opening a first edition box. I think he paid like maybe 400,000 for it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And and each the cards, like if you get a
400,000?
Charizard, yeah, it's crazy. If you get a Charizard, that's like already 200,000 right there. It's wild. It's wild.
Oh, so he couldn't make his money in even more with that.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely, yes, yeah.
Yo, Kyle says Miss Piggy is going to be called Just Piggy.
Yeah.
And then Jesse says, yeah, she's going to be called Bacon.
Oh,
Yeah, but yo, I mean,
Yellow foul.
I mean, I don't think that we should be surprised going forward. I don't think that
absolutely.
Nah.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
we should
you
just
seen
be like,
what's going on with the Hollywood stars? They're embracing it.
oh yeah, you heard Demi Lovato? What she tweeted?
What did she tweet?
Why is she tweeting?
She said gender reveal parties are transphobic.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yo.
Not feeling that?
I don't even want to talk about this. It's so stupid. So stupid.
Yo, it's transphobic to do a gender reveal party.
How though? Like how? Like the
She
doctor
said something, and then she said something else like, "Yes, there are girls with men with vaginas. What is it? Girls with penises and boys with vaginas, something like that."
What did the chromosomes say though? That's what I want to know. I want to know what the chromosomes say.
Yeah,
Is it? You know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
Like-
you know that she had like my wife had told me, I didn't notice, but she had brain damage because I think
had
she had
brain
overdose. Yeah. So she has
I'm gonna fact check your wife.
Yo,
real quick.
tell
I'm
me.
not surprised she overdosed.
I fact checked my wife. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
like, I believe that she OD'd, but that she had
Yeah,
brain damage.
She got brain
is that-
damage.
Yeah, she did. 2018. Yo, shout out to wifey.
Oh, let's go, babe. We need her on the
You
pod. Yo,
used to
she's the
have-
fact checker for the pod, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Let's bring her on the pod, man. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But listen, man, some people they love gender reveals, man. That's something that some of us like we embrace. Like that's a you know what I mean? To know the gender of your child is like a beautiful
Right.
thing. So I don't know why she would like you're going too far. Like we're like how is this
Listen.
transphobic? How can you
Yeah.
even make that statement?
Yeah. One thing is how gender reveals have gone crazy, like in and of itself.
Yeah,
But to add
like they
on-
actually burned down California because of gender reveal parties.
Right. You had that one incident, yeah. But to say like this is trans, like just shut up, seriously. You
Yo,
know,
meet this man's mic.
I'm on my aunt today.
He's on his
I'm
aunt.
on my aunt today. Yeah, shut up, Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Go back to making terrible music and being on America's what?
Yo, I couldn't even tell you what she's famous for, bro. Like I don't be checking in like that.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know much about Demi Lovato.
I know the name.
Or
She's famous for
species.
something, but I just don't know. Like
I
I see her
don't
at
know none
the
of her
UFC
songs.
fights.
Yeah.
Why is she there? She dating somebody?
She
who's-
she does jujitsu.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
she could win my
she
butt then.
Well, she'll put you in an arm bar or
I
in
mean,
a
what-
rear naked
what-
So
choke.
watch how you talk about her, B.
Yeah,
I don't
gonna
care.
come
She
see
should
you,
shut
man.
up. She should shut up.
Watch it, man, because the females are gonna come after you, man. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's telling women to shut up."
right.
Look at
That's
it.
true. That's
You gotta
true.
be careful, B. You gotta be careful out here.
You
man.
can't be talking all greasy like that no more,
can't.
man.
You can't.
Go and check
You
your
gotta walk on
temperature.
eggshells, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
facts.
comment was ridiculous, Demi. You know what I mean? Have a seat. You know what I'm saying? Let's just please just have a seat. I'll tell her that. Have a seat.
Have a seat. Siéntate.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's something that's a joyful moment for people, for parents. You know what I'm saying? For people
Right.
that want that. You know what I mean? They want to know
Right.
the gender. You plan the baby shower. You don't get gender neutral clothes if you know the gender of the baby. You get you know what I mean, boy clothes, or you get girl clothes if it's a girl. So it's like that's not
Yeah,
transphobic.
I think it's crazy. Some people who don't want to know, you know, who don't want to know the baby's gender, they want to be surprised.
Yeah, my wife wants to do that with her third.
Está loca.
Hey,
Shout
watch
out to wifey though. Shout out to wifey though. I'm,
Hey,
I'm
watch
only
it. She
kidding.
could be
I'm only
watching.
kidding. No,
Listen,
she is.
yeah.
I
She
say it
wanted
all
it-
in love. I say it all in love.
Yeah. She wanted to
But
do that with
that's crazy.
with her.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy because like you don't know, and then then
You gotta
what?
buy all your clothes, right?
You,
According to that
you bring
gender,
you
right?
bring two different colors of clothes because you got a boy and a girl, right?
Yeah, so we're good in that area because
So
you know,
you'll
we save
bring
everything.
one of each. It's like
Yeah.
okay, what does this baby wear?
Right.
So you putting your boy in some pink clothing or
On
no?
his camera, bro, with a fur, you know, pink fur. You know what I'm saying? Pink Timbs, why not? Uptown.
Yeah, do y'all ever had that where you had your baby and then it'd be like, oh, he's so cute or she's so cute, and you're like, it's a boy.
All the
No,
time.
it's a girl. Yeah,
All the time.
you
All
did
the
with
time.
that,
Yeah.
especially when they're that age. Like it's hard to decipher
Right.
what
Well,
gender they are.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter has earrings, so you know, there was one time we was in a mall. I was like, "Oh, your son, it's a beautiful baby," and I was like, "He has earrings on." I mean, she has earrings on, like it's a girl, you know.
Yeah,
You know, granted, she was in the car seat, so you can't really see like her colors or what she's wearing. But like, come on,
you got
Yeah,
tight, huh?
My daughter used to wear
Grace.
my first daughter used to wear boys' clothes.
okay,
I mean, she wore both. You know what I'm saying? But there was like
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that we would put because you know my wife is like from the mid '90s, and so you know when I met her, she was dressing like like TLC and Aaliyah. You know what I mean? Like baggy jeans and and tank tops and that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we got overalls for my baby girl. You know, and people would they would see the earrings obviously, and then they would know like it's a girl. But what's also weird is.
wait, overalls are only for boys?
No, but sometimes
okay.
like the boy ones look doper, you know what I'm saying? Especially for kids,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. They want because for the kids, the girly ones are like really girly, for the babies and stuff like that. So, or they'd be like, odd colors so they don't match the Jordans, so you got to get the boy ones to match, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. But I was gonna say, what was weird too was like, you ever seen when or you ever experienced like somebody tell you, oh, like when your wife was pregnant, oh, you're gonna have a boy, I promise you, I know this, you're gonna have a boy, have you guys ever had that experience?
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing, bro. Like, and they swear up and down like, this is what it is, this is what it's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, they'd be looking at your wife's belly and like,
Yeah.
the belly is like up here.
That was
and
science,
so
yeah.
forth. Like, yo, what you mean? Like, how you supposed to know? It's crazy.
Yeah, they
But
say
it's
stuff
like-
like that. Oh, when you sick at this time, and it's like,
Oh, or the new one was based on what you're eating. Like if you eat junk food, it's gonna be a boy. It's gonna be a boy. Like your cravings.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And if you do healthy, then it's a girl. I was like,
Fortune,
all right.
fortune cookie accurate, man.
Yeah.
Words are MC precise.
Absolutely, that's what we should get on the show.
Yeah.
Corey Red and
Hey.
Precise. That would be
Oh,
dope.
we can make that happen. I think we can make that happen.
Of course.
I would love to talk conspiracy theories with Corey Red.
I'm sure you would.
I'm sure he would love to talk to you.
That's what I'm
about
saying.
those.
I know.
You turned into an Alex Jones.
You know what I mean?
4
Talking about
hours.
the pyramids, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
And all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Wow. So anyway,
You had dropped something in the chat too with a senator, right? Jimmy.
I think it was Jay. It was
was
Rand
it
Paul.
Jay?
Ron
Yeah.
Paul. Rand Paul.
Rand Paul, yeah.
From
Yes.
Kentucky.
Yeah, so there was a hearing. There was a hearing going on at the same time as the Equality Act was being voted on. And in that hearing, Rand Paul has some questions for what's your man's name? Richard Levine.
Richard.
That's his name.
It's Rachel.
His mama named him Richard. Like, what do you mean?
Now this brings up an interesting point, right? Like,
Right.
as believers, do we call them?
I'm only trolling. I'll call
Nah.
that dude. I call that
Like,
dude
do we
Rachel.
go that
if
far?
that dude
Do we be
wasn't-
like, yo, him or her, or do we?
I ain't doing all that.
Or do we
I ain't
give
doing
that
all
res-
that. But
Or do we give that respect and be like, you feel that way, even though I don't? But
right. What your chromosomes say? That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
You know what's crazy is so I googled your man's and I pulled up the wiki, right? And the wiki doesn't say anything that this lady used to be a man. Like nothing. It says nothing that this dude is transgender. You know what I mean? That he was once Richard and that he was married and he had 2 kids. Like that joint is just like
whoa,
really?
Wait. Repeat that again.
What I say? I don't know what I was saying.
He was
said-
married.
That he was
Yeah, he was married. He was
And
married.
he has 2
Yeah.
kids.
2 kids, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, we gotta
It's-
fact check that. You sure?
Bro, your man has 2 kids and he was married, bro. Like I found it on another article because it kind of mentioned it right in his personal life, and I was like, well, what was this dude's name? You know what I'm saying before because the Wikipedia page doesn't say anything about no Richard. So I had to do a little digging. I was like, oh, this dude was married. He had 2 kids or whatever. So I was just like, this is crazy how they try to like erase all of that. You know what I mean? And rewrite.
Their history.
Yeah, they used to like, yo, if you was a man and you transitioned to a woman, like be proud of that joint. You know what I'm saying? Rock that joint. Wave that flag, man. Yeah, my name used to be such and such, but now I'm.
So in this hearing, what was Rand Paul insinuating or trying to communicate?
So with the bill, and I'm not too familiar. You know what I'm saying? So forgive me. Y'all can fact check me in the comments. In the bill, I guess they're trying to push for transgender rights, right? They're saying that it's a civil right issue. So basically, there's no discrimination, like in the place of employment, right? Or when it comes to like medical help or housing, right? Because they say that this specific demographic is what is it called? people are prejudiced against them, right? So they're victims of prejudice, and so this bill is supposed to do that. Um, so what Rand Paul was asking, because Rand is a doctor, like dude went to medical school. He's
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, he's an eye doctor. Was that
Ophthalmologist.
Ophthalmologist? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He like yeah. So he's a doctor, and your man Rachel is a doctor too, right? Like a pediatrician or something like that. So Rand was asking him like, yo, like there's this girl, what was her name? Kira something. I don't remember. He talked about her in that particular exchange.
Yeah. Brought up a name.
Yeah, so that was a girl.
She was 14, right?
Yeah, she transitioned to male, right? And she started taking like hormone blockers, right? And so she said she regrets it, right? And so Rand Paul was sharing that, like, yo, like this person was, shared their story, and she says that she did this because she got a lot of encouragement from the internet. But I was a kid, and so Rand Paul was asking Rachel, what's her name? Rachel Levine. Was asking Rachel Levine, like, well, how do you feel about this? What do you think about this? When, we talking about kids, like you're saying that it's cool for kids to have this type of treatment. And the man Richard was just like, thank you for your question. I appreciate your question. When I become, once I get elected, I'll be more than glad to come to your office.
Right?
Yeah, like
with your office.
yo,
and all
son,
that, work with
answer
you,
it, man.
right?
Yo, what's up? But it's like every time they in the hearing, they don't answer the questions right there. It's like, but once I get in,
That's
I'm gonna
like
answer your question.
But that's what happened with Wall Street
Supreme-
Bets, right? Robin Hood
with Vlad.
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
asking that question. When I was a young boy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
I mean-
Kazakhstan or whatever.
I mean,
you
I'm
said.
cool with the if they feel like I'm not talking about kids, but transgender, if they feel like they need whatever civil rights as any
Absolutely.
other individual, like cool, you
Absolutely.
deserve that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're
I
not
agree with you
gonna say
100%.
just because
Yeah.
you're transgender, just move out into another planet. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
it's interesting because they're the minority. They're not even like how much what's the percent of individuals that are transgender?
It's
in the
mad.
US.
It's mad small because the homosexual population is like less than 5%. I think it's like 3% or something like that. So
Right.
you talking about even smaller demographic within that community. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not to say, and that's not to imply that because there's such a small demographic that their civil rights should be violated. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that small demographic should have an impact on the rest of society just to cater to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
especially when we're talking about children making these type of decisions, you know what I mean, where they could negatively impact them for the rest of their lives,
Yeah, absolutely. And we always see those stories on YouTube where, individuals like, yo, I did the transition and I'm not happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. The confusion that they have at that age where they feel like they need these puberty blockers. And so I was reading, it was something like until the age of 16, if they're under the age of 16, they need to go to get it approved, I guess, by the state or
Right.
or a judge or whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know why people would would allow their kids to do that. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to that D Wade stuff though, right? There's like some parents that are supportive towards this, are like, yeah, well, it's fine. And I believe that he was born a she or she was born a he. And it's like,
Right.
oh,
But is he going through all that? Is D Wade doing all that with his son? Is he like doing the whole transition thing, or he's
I
just
don't know
like
if he's
kind of like
doing the
supportive and
pure-
letting him kind of figure it out?
well, I don't know if he's doing like puberty blockers or hormones or any kind of,
Right.
transition. I know that he's transitioned with the name, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he doesn't call him by his male name. He calls him by a female name and stuff like that. So it's sad, man. It's sad. And like I said, man, it's a small percentage of, our country. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a crazy percentage where it needs to be like, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, they're making it seem like it's a large demographic because you look at all the shows on TV on Netflix, it's like every show, you know what I mean, has like a gay character, you know?
Yeah.
And now they're pushing for like, you know, gender neutral Mr. Potato Head, and you know, and
Right.
Hollywood is saying that you know, that gender reveal stuff is homophobic,
It's
you know what I mean? Gender
homophobic,
reveal
yeah.
parties, like
Oreo just tweeted not too long ago, trans exist. Like, okay.
right.
Did you guys
Newsflash,
At this
right?
point, it's like, okay, are you like for real, or are you just getting this to get these people on your side and buy your products and all this other stuff?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then what was funnier though was Donald Trump said, no, not Donald Trump Jr. had retweeted Oreo. It was like, look at this racist company.
I don't understand how is a cookie racist.
Oreos
Oreos are
black
racist
on the
company?
outside and they white on the inside.
I mean,
I don't know.
What is going on.
I don't know. I don't know. And I was trying to figure out because I was like, well, are they like Coca-Cola where they did these like white guilt trainings? You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be less white kind of stuff, or was it like?
Oh yeah,
Oreo?
that happened with Coke, right? That's
Yeah.
what you just said?
Yeah. Or was Oreo on some? You know, was that a word that was used as a racist term, or maybe in the history in the past they endorsed something, or I don't know where he came up with that.
Yeah, sorry. I just Googled it, right? This website, Empire News, says that we have threats against our headquarters and factories, alleging that the cookies we make are representative of two black men sexually assaulting white women. Like, bro, these are cookies. These are cookies. Like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
These people are crazy, man. And they go on to say, obviously, you think that these rumors are stupid and baseless. We can't have people threatening our company and employees. Yo, this is wild, son. Like, people are just on some Maranatha, man.
Bro, folly is real, man. When the Bible talks about folly and fools and
This got to be troll.
stuff
This
is
can't
real,
be
bro.
a legit site. That's
yeah,
wild.
Disney. Well, Ant said, "How about the gay Disney show, the gay Disney Plus show?"
Yeah, I mean, I think I had Googled that show because I was trying to see if it was actually on Disney Plus. But that was something that it was part of like things that they allow the creators to like make, but it never goes onto the app or something like that. I read about. Let me see if I can try to find it.
Now, it's
a short film, right? It is a short film. Yes.
Here's me being how should I say this, right? I mean, here's me antagonizing Christians right now, right? How should we feel about Disney in general? Because they promote a lot of magic, right? Like sorcery, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was watching Marvel, I watched the WandaVision, which is a dope show, by the way. But she's a witch, Scarlet Witch, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something that they're promoting as well. So
I haven't watched it yet.
You know what I mean? Should we be as outraged over these things as we are when it comes to them promoting the same sex stuff, or do we have unjust scales? Like what's our view? You know what I mean? Maybe we don't got to talk about it now, but that's just
I think we should keep the same energy, you know, and all sin is sin. When my kids were younger, man, they weren't allowed to watch a lot of the stuff that we weren't ready to have a conversation with them about, you know what I mean? And so like Disney and all that stuff was kind of off limits. You know, it was usually like Veggie Tales, you know what I mean? Or whatever was on TBN or some like historical type of cartoons or something like that, you know?
Right.
Because of the magic. And at the time, like when my kids were growing up, like Harry Potter had just hit. You know, so that was like the big thing, you know, and my concern was like making that joint like it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just my like those are my scales, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't judge anybody if they let their kids watch Harry Potter or listen to Harry Potter or whatever. I mean, read Harry Potter or Like if you read it as a kid or whatever, like I'm not judging you. But for me, like my standard was just kind of like, because my wife and I's family have a history in that, Latinos have like a history in like witchcraft and stuff like that. Like I
Right.
just wanted to eliminate that, you know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
they're old enough and we can have that type of conversation and let them know like the truth about witchcraft, where they can understand that. And the same thing with these shows. Like we didn't have to worry about like homosexuality like in their programming, when
Yeah.
they were younger. I'm talking like, my kids are grown now, so we're talking like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago. So it's a different battle now, you know what I'm saying? But I think we should keep the same energy,
Yeah.
I think we should keep the same energy with that. There's some stuff that I don't watch, because of that. Like there's content I don't watch because it's too overly sexual,
Right. Right.
where I'm like, I can't watch that. Like I've never watched Game of Thrones, you know what I'm saying? Because
Me neither.
I've struggled with lust, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to fall into that, you know what I mean? Because for me, that's pornography, you know what I mean? But that's my scale,
Right. Right. Nah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that response, man. And you know what? As I'm raising my kids, and now that they're working remote, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I gotta find a Christian school
Right.
or something to put them in, because I'm not. I just don't want to put them.
But you're
out.
thinking about doing homeschooling, right?
Well, nah. I mean, eventually, I got to get back to working and
Yeah.
working full time whenever they call back. But
Right.
I'm gonna let them stay remote until they finish
As long
the
as
school year.
possible.
Until they finish the school year. But
Yeah.
I want them to engage and be with other kids and stuff like that.
For sure.
But I definitely want them to have their foundation and their roots in Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think public school is going to teach that. You know what I mean?
Oh, nah, man. They've already introducing all of this stuff,
Yeah.
My son went to his college orientation. They gave him name badges. Instead of like putting your name on it, it was people had to put their pronouns.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a major university in California.
Wow.
You may have seen me
good.
rocking the sweater once or twice. But it's crazy, bro. Like it's all over the
Wow.
place.
Man, it's like
Yo.
you gotta shelter your kids. Like you like, yo, I gotta protect my kids from all this nonsense.
I know, but even that protecting, like there's legislature that if you don't do certain things, they'll take away your kids.
Yeah.
So it's wow. That's wild.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and so I think like a lot of people on the left, and and I hate to sound like like those dudes, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like they want to push this agenda. You know what I mean? Where they want to make it mandatory. This Equality Act. From what I'm understanding from it, you can't opt out for religious purposes. So there was a point in time where you were protected because of your religious beliefs. You could opt out of an abortion, right? Like if I'm a nurse or whatever, like I'm not going to do that because it goes against my beliefs. So I'm not going to be present during this abortion, right? You could opt out. Well, now because of this Equality Act, from what I'm reading is you no longer have that.
Wow.
Right. And so a lot of people are concerned because it could affect the church too, where it's like, not only, it's also like you can't be prejudiced against homosexuals because like when it comes to services as well. So remember that case with the cake where the dude didn't want to bake the cake for the homosexual couple?
Oh yeah, that was
Right.
big.
So yeah, so a lot of people feel like it's an attack on people, with religious beliefs, because it doesn't just affect Christians, it affects Muslims, it affects Jews, it affects people who have that same belief,
Yeah.
So that's what's concerning, is that we will no longer have that. And then what does that say for churches and pastors and whatnot? Like, does that mean that they are forced now to conduct weddings?
Right.
You know?
Basically.
And and if they don't, that means that they have to be concerned of legal action. Like this is kind of
Or they
concerning.
lose their
I would like-
license, right? They lose their license.
well, they lose their they might lose their tax free status.
Yeah. Yeah, when the government imposes too much on your freedom and your rights, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm not with it. You know what I mean? And I feel like every business owner has the right. I'm not saying whether that Christian owner was right or wrong,
Yeah.
but he has that right whether he wants to or not service them.
You should. You should. You know?
Yeah.
And you should have the right to refuse service to anybody. And I mean that to anybody, right? So if you don't wanna if you don't wanna sell me, you know, I don't know, a transmission because, you know, I'm Latino, you should have the right to do that. Even if, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I could just go somewhere else, you know, another company that appreciates Latino patronage. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
when we start, I feel like when we start doing this, then it just opens the floodgates for everybody. You know, like where you can't refuse service to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna be a big problem.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a huge problem.
Alan says if you deny an LGBT pastor from teaching at your church, you will they will lose their 501 EC status. Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think you meant 3C, but yo, shout out to Brinson, man. I see God Chasers in the
Brinson,
building.
what up?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
bro, that's it's crazy times, man.
Crazy times, but
And then same thing goes like, you know, Switch, you were saying you want to put your kids in like a Christian school, whatever. If they don't have, you know, material
Yeah.
for LGBT, guess what?
That's true.
They gone.
If
You
they don't
have
have
to
a
go to
what?
public. If they don't have LGBT like material, like in certain
Like
states,
learning
oh yeah,
materials.
they
Yeah.
teach that.
yeah,
Yeah.
in
But
a
where it
Christian
might be
school,
mandatory, right?
you know, it's over. You know,
Yeah.
so
That's wild.
Or
son.
even and you said workers as well, right? Because you
Yeah. So like Hobby Lobby, you know what I mean? Like if someone comes in, you know, and they want a job there, and you know they're living that lifestyle, they Hobby Lobby could be sued for you know, violating their civil rights.
Hobby Lot. Wait, what you say Hobby? Oh, you just giving an example.
Yeah, because they're Christian. They're a Christian company. You
Oh,
know?
they are okay.
Yeah.
We have them
I
by
didn't know that.
us. We have them. By
Y'all didn't
us.
know that?
Nah.
I did not know that. The only time I seen a Hobby Lobby was in Utah.
Okay.
That's it. Never. There's no Hobby Lobby out
Go to
here.
war with the Mormons, take a bath with the
There's
Catholics.
one by me.
What's you doing in Utah, bro?
There's a
You got
Hobby
family out
Lobby
there?
by me, bro.
Yeah. There's family out there.
I hear
up
it's
here, bro.
beautiful.
You heard Jay?
Gorgeous. What happened?
Come up here, man. We got Hobby Lobby up here, man.
Yeah. I mean, my wife is more the person for that stuff. But I didn't know they were a Christian organization. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. So if they decide that they don't want to hire an LGBTQ whatever person, then you're saying that they could get sued. But what would cause them? Well, are you saying like it's a little bit gray, like a gray area? Like if this person is LGBTQ, that they can say, oh, it's because of that they didn't hire me. Because
So
what if
I
they're
saw-
just not fit for the job?
So I saw a video. I think it was CBN News. I saw a video from CBN News. I'll drop it on our Telegram channel. If you're not following us on Telegram, there's a link in the bio where you can read a lot of these stories that we discuss and even more stuff. We got exclusive content on there as well. But I'll drop the link in there.
description.
Absolutely. I think it was CBN News, and they said that they don't have to have any proof, any evidence. It's just that, you know, if they feel that they were discriminated against, then they would have a case, and that would be a violation, which is crazy to me, man, because that violates the Constitution. Like this whole thing violates the Constitution. If I can't have freedom of religion and say, no, I don't want to participate in an abortion procedure because of my beliefs, you know, or I don't want to marry this couple because of my religious beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem with them getting married, like on the city level or whatever, you know what I mean? But as far as from a religious institution, you know what I mean? I should have the right to be like, nah, I can't do this because I believe in Jesus Christ and I believe what the Bible says about homosexuality, you know?
Right.
But it looks like we no longer have that, you know what I'm saying?
We don't.
Yo, mute Ant from the chat. This dude wild.
Yo, seriously, I'm not even gonna put that up.
No alphabet material. Alphabet.
Yo,
Kyle
So-
says churches should pay taxes and be free churches.
I agree with that. Actually,
Mhm.
I was gonna say that about their tax exempt status. I think that they should. I think that nobody should pay taxes, but that's a separate argument. But I don't think that they should have a special yeah. I mean, son, like they sell books and they sell sandwiches and coffees and you know what I'm saying, and they do all kinds of. It's a bit. They got pastors write books and some pastors write have create movies and stuff like that. Like, bro, you a business. You know what I'm saying? Like operate as a business, and then you're not depending on the government and what the government says, what you can and can't do. Like advocate for political candidate, or talk about political issues because you're afraid of losing your tax exempt status. You know what I mean? It's like Caesar has you by the reins. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's a good position for the church to be in.
Now, are the churches tax exempt because of what they give back, like how they contribute to the community and stuff like that?
I don't think so, because you could do that anyway. It would be a tax write off, right? Because you're giving it away.
Right. Yeah, Kyle makes a good point. He's like,
I guess we could ask Mr. Charles. He's coming on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we ask Charles. If you are tax exempt, the government and your daddy. That's a fact.
That's facts.
But they're your daddy even when you pay taxes.
I mean,
they even
more
your daddy.
Nah,
there's no difference because when you get that check and you be like, "What? I paid for this? What?"
I think it's a little different because I mean, they're like they're tapping your pockets. It's a little different than them like cutting you, sliding you a little bit of bread.
Yeah,
I think it's a little different.
Yeah,
I think it's a little different.
What's popping off in CHH, man? I'm hearing a lot about racism, man. Racism has been big
this weekend. You saw the Cruz video
on OB?
Yeah, that's wild.
That was wild.
Yeah, OB. That's right. Yeah.
So OB is with Rapzilla, right?
Yeah, he does the Friday joint where he reviews people's music and rates it and whatnot.
Yeah, and he's so I didn't know he made that SO beat. He made like a couple beats.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but he was doing.
I don't know him by name, but I'm pretty sure that like I know who he is, and but I just don't know. I'm not familiar. There's no connection between his music and his name. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So he basically was doing every Friday, right? They do their live on Rapzilla where it's submissions of new artists or up and coming artists or whatever.
Yeah.
To submit their songs, get played, and he kind of rates them and gives them a critique pretty much. And in the middle of that, someone said, what was it? Are you a Spanish nigger or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
this was a youth group account,
and it came from a youth group account.
Yeah.
That was called Ignite or Ignite dot something. So when OB when they had saw that, because I learned all this from the crew. Shout out to the crew. When they had learned all that, they had confronted obviously the individuals, and they had said, "Yo, we had no knowledge of this. Our account was hacked."
Right.
And we really apologize because we wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
And they said they reached out to OB directly to tell him that they weren't going to tolerate it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
wow,
that was interesting. But that had a series of other things that were brewing with CH.
There was a lot of tweets this weekend about racism in general. I think Belief had a tweet.
He had a video too.
Oh, he did? I missed that.
Yeah.
What was the video about?
I didn't watch the video. I saw the title, and it has to do something with his son. I
Okay.
think it insinuated as if maybe his son experienced something,
Okay.
and then he might have like sat down and like talked to him about it.
Right.
But I'd have to watch the video. We'd have to
I got
watch
you.
the
Okay.
video.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
definitely check it out.
Yeah.
We'll drop that
So
in the Telegram chat.
the crew had tweeted, "You can't be a Christian and a racist."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Jackie Hill had tweeted.
She
something
did. She said
regarding
that she
race.
was talking about the evangelical church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said that. What did she say?
While you're looking it up, Belief's video is called "Confronting Our Sons After Racial Experience."
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right. So the crew said, "I will never understand how you can be racist and claim to be Christian."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know. And then Jay Crumb also tweeted something. He said, "This is one of the reasons." Oh, so Derek Minor had said, "Dudes were oppressed, so they oppress others. They didn't know that there wasn't any freedom in those institutions they love. Now people realize that they're house slaves. Also, most of the new rappers know nothing about that. Nevertheless, we will have a collective trauma." And then Jay Crumb responded to him by, "This is one of the reasons why it's been difficult to closely associate with CHH. There's pain and trauma stem from fighting to be accepted by something that was supposed to be ours. Somewhere along the line, we let people not even involved in the culture to gatekeep." That's an interesting statement, man, because if it's yours, then why are you looking for someone else's approval? You know, that's just my first thought, you know, but it's
And
like,
also,
who's being
gate-
racist?
Yeah,
Yeah,
which gatekeepers
right,
are the racists? You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like at
yeah,
them.
right.
If you
Well,
feel somebody's racist, because that's clearly something that's
someone did,
Serious.
someone did at somebody. Rockstar JT, he tweeted and then removed the tweet. But his tweet was, "So a blog posted my song today. They deleted and replaced the post with white boys. That showed me a lot. That showed me a lot exactly what they wanted. They want Christian music face to be, right?" And then he shouted out the crew and he shouted out a couple other people, right, who
so
supported him.
he had just dropped a song, right? The Big Drip song he
Yeah,
just
he just
dropped.
dropped the song, right? And so then All Things CHH responded to him. "Wish you hit me up. I would have explained why I took it down. It wasn't personal at all. What do you say? We've been rocking with you for a minute. It's back up now. It's back up now, though, bro. It was just archived, right?" And so, shout out to Travis James. He asked, "Well, why did y'all archive it? I saw it and I was confused." And
Right.
All Things CHH responded, "Wanted to feature the song on our new Music Fridays, so I took it down and reposted it on a carousel post to include other artists who dropped. Put it
Mm.
put it first on the list and everything." So it looks like it was a misunderstanding. And shortly after, your man Rockstar JT deleted his tweet, but didn't delete his likes or retweets. So the original tweet isn't there, but he retweeted a lot of people who were supporting and basically piggybacking off of his statement that CHH is racist. You know.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, if you were wrong, right? Because obviously he was wrong about this. He was mistaken. And my man from All Things CHH clarified that. I
Right.
feel like you should probably delete all the retweets too. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise it gives the wrong impression of, you know, All Things CHH or CHH in general, right? Because obviously this you were basing CHH being racist off of what your experience with this outlet, and you were completely wrong. You know,
Right. And but I don't get the correlation between racism and that being deleted. You know what I'm saying? Like
he said
it
because
could have been deleted for many reasons. It could have been deleted because whatever. You know what I mean? It could have been
yeah,
like, oh, I didn't like a line in the song.
yeah,
It didn't it didn't line up with the word of God. Not saying that that's what
right,
he's
right,
saying
right,
in the song,
right,
but
right. There
it
could have
could
been a
been
number
many
of reasons
reasons
why.
why the platform said, "Yo, I don't want to."
He just saw a white person where he used to be, and he felt that was racist.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was a reach.
Right.
That was a Mr. Fantastic right there.
Well, he took it down, you know what I'm saying? But again, like I wish he would have taken down the retweets too.
But
You know what I'm saying?
he also made a statement after, right? Like
Did he?
clarifying it, like everything was all good or something like that, right? I'm
Right.
not
But then
sure.
why are the retweets still there?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like they're still in his timeline, you know, like people showing their support, like, you know, yeah, CHH is racist, you know,
Like, and
whatever,
who
whatever.
runs all things CHH? Is that like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should get him on the show
yeah,
or her on the show, you know, and see what they say, you know, about this whole situation.
yeah? Like, was this
I
a
find
paid
this,
for? Like, was this a paid for post? Was it just them showing love? You know what I mean? Like, what was the, what's the details behind that? Maybe that's none of our business, but
yeah.
at the same time,
But he said, I mean, your man said that he took it down because he moved it to a different category. You know, like he put it under. So it's like, so the way that I see it is kind of like our podcast, right? We have three different playlists right now when we drop a podcast, right? We had season 1, we have season 2, right, and then we have full episodes. So season 1 and season 2, you get like the clips and the segments, right? And then full episodes, you get the full episodes. Like if you ride with us and you got time and you're gonna rock for 2 hours, you go to the full episode playlist and you listen to the whole thing. It's not broken up. And then you got the other part where it's the segments. And I feel like this is kind of like that. Like your man was like, he moved them to the New Music Fridays versus just like a regular post. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I think from what I understand, it just looks like it was like miscategorized, and he just, you know, it was still there, you know, and he put him at the top of the list too, what he said. So I think it was just a huge misunderstanding. And, you know, I think me personally, I feel like people just jump to racism right away, like automatically, like that's racist, you know. And
you said that the other day too, though.
What you mean?
You had added a pod, right?
Oh yeah, shout out to Travis James. He actually responded to Rockstar JT. Yeah, well, because dag, I wasn't even going to talk about this.
No, you don't have to, but I'm saying you had said did the same. Keep that same energy, man.
Yeah. Because they had said, and we talked about it. You know, dude, Travis James and his crew, mad cool. But I tapped into their podcast, and they were doing a segment, and they had said, they were joking, right? They were joking, and they said white people in, right? And so I said, dag, that's racist or something like that. I don't remember the exact words, right? And I was like, keep that same energy, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, all right, cool. You know, if that's how you gonna feel and that's how you gonna act, you know what I mean? And you saying white peopling, don't get mad when, you know what I'm saying, when people say the opposite. You know what I mean? Like if I'm saying that, I can't be mad if somebody says Salvadorian, you know what I'm saying? Or Latinos, you know what I mean? Like I can't be mad.
Yeah.
You know, so so that's kind of like, and so that there was a misunderstanding there and people on Twitter, and so like he's like, yo, here's my number, hit me up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we talked, you know, and it's all good. But you know, that was my whole thing, is just keep the same energy, you know?
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna call something racism, then, you know, let's keep that same energy.
It's not a one-sided thing, right? It's
right.
It's not just, or well, you know, if you're black, you're experiencing racism only. Like any color or any nationality can experience that as well.
Right. Because, you know, the argument I think within CHH is that there isn't enough representation, right? Like especially within these evangelical churches, because it seems like CHH says evangelical, but they really mean is white churches, right?
Yeah, that's a new word for
it's like code, you know what I'm saying? It's
right.
code, you know. And so if we talk in representation, then let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did it take Reach 10 years to get the first Latino artist on their roster?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that in CHH Latinos can only play the role of like DJs and podcasters? You know what I'm saying? But when you talk about you know, any list, you don't see Latinos in it, you don't see Asians in it, and nobody's calling for that, right? So I'm just saying, keep the same energy, man. Like I don't look at it as racism. I look at it like,
But I think
you know,
CHH had a lot, in their heyday with Latinos and stuff like that. Like you had Sons of God. Yeah,
but you talking about in the East Coast though, right?
maybe.
You talking about East Coast, which is
But
different.
You had T-Bone.
Because we're talking about the West Coast. We're talking about we're talking about like areas that are like
Predominantly
very
Spanish?
mixed.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Very mixed areas, right? These are big cities, right? Well, for us, it's like, we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. And then you got a lot of these people, like all these people, really people in the South, because the South is running CHH, running hip hop right now. Period. Nobody could argue that. So you got these people in the South arguing, hollering racism, right, in CHH, but none of them are pushing for equal representation for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, keep the same energy, man.
I thought the J. Crumb tweet was a little, because my thing is like, who are the gatekeepers? Who are the people that, like, where in CHH are you experiencing this? I'm not saying that he's wrong, but speak about it. You know what I mean? Put it out there. Make it known. Like, yo, these people have been pretty racist. I think been pretty racist, or have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at CHH, like Reach Records is the biggest. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got the biggest platform. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they got they got a mix of artists. You know what I mean? In there. You know what I mean? So are we saying that?
They got one. They got one Latino and one white dude.
And one white dude, right? So
Two
then
Latinos.
you have, and then you have
what?
Pot.
There's two of them.
Who?
You have Gavi.
Oh yeah,
Gavi signed to Reach.
Yeah, he signed.
I didn't know he was
Gavi
signed
and
to
What
Reach.
Up RG.
And What Up RG? Yeah.
Okay, so they got two. Yay!
And then you have
look at that
Wande.
progress.
You have Wande who said, she has Cuban roots.
Yeah,
I thought she was Nigerian. She's Cuban?
Both, I guess.
Let's go. Look, we winning already. Look at this.
Yeah.
but then my thing is also like, look at our podcast, right?
Yeah.
We started out with Chris as well, right?
Right.
Chris is black, right? But if you say now, if you look at us, we're all Latino podcast.
Right.
Was it because of racism, or was it because it just came together that way? You know what I mean?
Right.
We came together and was just
Absolutely.
Awesome.
But my point is, like, I don't think it's racist, and I don't think demanding for equal representation is necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, matter of fact, so you bringing up the point about the podcast, we've had more black guests than we've had anything else.
Yeah.
Than Latinos, than any whites. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is,
I don't think equal
metrics.
representation is should be demanded. I think that we should have dope artists. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that if CHH whatever the magazine or the blog is, if they don't play your stuff, you know what I mean? What Jay-Z say? If they don't play my stuff, right?
Well, what he said.
He said I don't rock with them. You know?
Oh, okay. Is that the Christian version?
Yeah.
But our whole thing is like, we're not looking for. It's not like, oh, we got to get more Latinos or we got to get more.
No.
It's like, yo, whoever's dope and we feel like we can have that dope
Exactly.
conversation with. You know what I mean? Whether you're CHH, whether you're a financial advisor.
I agree.
You know,
I want the best.
Right.
When if I ever need heart surgery, I want the best doctor working on me. I don't care if he's Asian, if he's Puerto Rican. I want the best doctor working on my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Same with brain surgery, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could care less. I don't need equal representation in the hospital room, in the ER. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm under the knife.
No.
You know, I want cats around me working with me based on their own merit. You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We also got to understand cultures. Like, you know what I mean? Culturally, you're gonna, um, you might click with certain people of your same ethnicity, right? Because
Yeah.
you grew up that way, right? Y'all eat the same food, y'all. You know what I mean? Watch the same shows or whatever it may be, right? Depending on
Right.
the culture y'all grew up on, and it's like, oh, we click. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
we come from that same culture. So, but I think
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I got into how I got into this podcast, because all of you would, even when Chris, all of you dudes was from New York, right?
we,
You've been to New York.
Yo, Mason says we're the fastest growing Latino podcast. I wouldn't market that, period. Other people do it. I'm just saying.
Right. We
Wow.
should probably run with that, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
get a Univision bag or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it comes down to like, you rock with who you rock with,
Yeah. I mean, those talks are necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like
if
if somebody's a gatekeeper and keeping you out, at them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Who are these evangelicals?
Right. But
What
in
how did they
CHH,
keep you out? Yeah.
can we say that really in CHH? You know what I mean? Because we want to talk about Rapzilla, right?
Your man's Puerto Rican and Jewish.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And
That's two minorities.
and they play everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So who are these individuals that are the gatekeepers? Who are these people that y'all talking about that are, you know what I mean? Is it in the churches? Is it
Right.
like you said, the evangelical churches? Then speak up about it, like at them.
And the labels, like how far you want to go back, like cross movement. You know what I'm saying? They had a Puerto Rican in their crew,
Right,
Reach.
Cruz Cordero.
You know what I'm saying? Reach has 2.5 Latinos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so who are the gatekeepers that we're talking about?
Yeah.
God of money. They got Selah. You know, Selah's Cuban. Bizzle's half Puerto Rican. Bumps is white.
Yeah.
Dayton's Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so who's the gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Who's the gatekeepers we talking about, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to know.
I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying we got to be more direct. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Let's call it out. Let's have a conversation.
Let's talk about
Right.
it. Jump on the show.
Right.
Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? But just because they took your song down, that ain't racist, fam. Like
Rapzilla took down your man, right?
YP.
Bryson?
They took down YP.
Oh, they took out YP because right.
The maggots came for him. You know what I'm saying?
That's not racist. They both Puerto Rican.
Man. Yeah.
So I don't know. That'd be a good conversation with them to have, and and to be more specific. I think that there's it's a deep conversation to have. There's a lot of weight there. It's a heavy subject. There's a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? And I think that plays a significant role as well.
Right.
It's like Voss uses the illustration of like that because of trauma, like he has a neighbor on his block that's a war vet, right? And so he has PTSD, right? And so because of his PTSD on 4th of July, that triggers him, so he's respectful of him, you know what I mean? And he moves differently, because of his trauma. It's not a real threat that he sees, but because of his trauma, he perceives it as such. And so he's respectful towards that, and so I think that's kind of like the case here, where because there's trauma, and it's a very hot topic right now, where everybody in every culture, you know what I mean, is talking about race, because it was a big thing in the last 4 years. The media made it a big thing, kind of, it's a divisive topic.
Yeah.
I think that's why people are kind of feeling this way,
Right.
But I think that we need to have those conversations, and not just feel like everyone's against us,
I think for you and me, we've seen the channels on Telegram, right, that are like full on racist, like full blown
Yeah.
racist. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not it's not
we
it's not
know that
that
it's out there,
right.
but the racism that we see is full on hate. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
This is like racism that our grandparents, grandparents might have experienced. Like that's the
Right.
type of stuff that we've seen. It's not some of this like someone snubbed me or whatever.
Or
Like
hiding
for
their
real,
hand, or
right?
trying to hide
Nah,
that they're racist. They're letting you know I'm racist. I hate
right?
black people. I hate anything that's
Yeah,
not white. They let you
yeah,
know. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So
There's
for
all
us,
kinds of
it's like
ratchet channels. Yeah,
for us, even if it seems a little subliminal, maybe because we're just like
we seen the
whatever.
worst.
Yeah, we seen the full on
Yeah,
straight jacket.
yeah. Now, how you guys feel about that? You think that those people who express those types of views, you think that they should be silenced? You think that, or do you think that they have a constitutional right to express themselves? Because I'll tell you what, me personally, I want to know you hate me. You know what I'm saying? Because then I
Yeah.
know what type of time you on. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want none
Right.
of this secret stuff. Like behind, I turn my back, and you know what I mean. And you got your knife out or whatever. Like I want to know that you're a threat because I want to be aware. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you guys feel about? Do you think that these people should have the right to express, as hateful as their speech is? And I'm talking specifically about the Telegram chats, because there's some channels in there where it's just like the Wild West. So
Yeah,
do you guys think they should be silenced?
I don't think they should be silenced. Because it kind of shows us or anybody else who's like looking for that, like, yo, this is real. Like, this is what's going on behind the scenes or whatever. And like you say, you want you want to know if somebody
Yeah.
feels a certain way or whatever. Like,
Right.
yeah. So definitely not. I'm not with the censorship at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough subject for me, man. I got to get back to you on that.
Yeah. No, I feel you. It's a tough conversation to have. Like, I'm
For
not
sure.
saying I have all the answers or we have all the answers or even that we're right. These are
Yeah.
conversations that we should have, and it's cool to say I don't have all the answers.
Because if you kind of say yeah, right, and then it becomes like what level, what's considered hatred? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As us as Christians, we speak truth, and that's considered hate speech, right? But then
Yeah.
you have these channels that are full on telling you, they hate you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So it's like, where do we kind of? And I'm not saying that what we do is hate at all.
Right.
We under our belief is, we're loving you, if anything, by telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What God hates. You know what I'm saying? And what's
Yeah.
sin before His eyes, and that we need to repent of it. But then it just gets blurry because it's like that tit for tat. You shouldn't do this. Well, the church can't do that, and then it limits our freedom. You know what I'm saying? But then there's the
Yeah.
other side, like, yo, y'all, I can't be talking like that. You know what I mean? Like, somebody gotta shut y'all down. So that's why I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm in between. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, yo, this
Right.
is wild. They needed, like, you know what I mean? This shouldn't even exist. But
So there should be levels to it.
nah, I'm just saying I don't have, like, I would have to sit back and really,
Mm.
really maybe get more information on where the levels are and scriptures as to far
Right.
as speech and how, you know what I mean? We know that there's power and death in the life of the, in the tongue, you know what I'm saying? So
Reach.
Mm. Was that the word of the day?
no, actually the word of the day is Ephesians. All right,
Okay.
we got Ephesians 4, 2, and 3. With all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. I think that's good for our segment, especially talking about racism, talking about what seems to be an attack against the church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We definitely need more of that. What the Bible says, that they'll know us by our love for one another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Power of the blood, man.
we got to combat that. That was good. What Rich said, you got to combat racism with love. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, did
gotta
you guys
show-
seen his name? You seen the documentary with Daryl Davis? You know who Daryl Davis is?
Nah, who's that?
He's a black dude who like converted. He would meet up with Klan members.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
saw that?
yeah.
And he just befriended them. He was just friends with them, and them dudes like, oh, you know what? Like
And then the main
everything.
dude got cool with him, right?
Yeah, a few of them.
Yeah.
You know, so I
Is
mean
this
that's
on
just
Netflix?
to drive home the point that you can only combat racism with love. There's a documentary on Netflix, but there's also like there's a video on YouTube. There's a couple. I don't know. It might be like one of those what is it called? Yeah, just look for Daryl Davis is his name.
Now
And type
Daryl
in.
Davis is a Christian, right? He's a believer too, right?
I don't know. I don't remember from the video. But I know that he did it out of love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he kind of
Uh,
wanted to get an understanding of why they
yeah,
feel that way towards.
yeah. So he would talk to them, and and he's got a few under his belt, like where he's like brought him out of that, and like they're friends with him, which is wild to me, bro.
He was on TED Talk too, right?
Because I wouldn't meet up with them dudes. That's not my calling, bro.
Ah, they were inviting him to come to the
I'm
the
good,
rallies.
bro.
They were like, "Yo,
Hey,
come to the rally and come chill
hey,
with us."
I love you from over here, okay? I'm gonna pray for you from over here. You know what I mean? That is not my calling, bro. But that goes back to what I was saying. Like, I'd rather know that what your position is, than like me thinking it's all good. You invite me to you know what I'm saying, a party or something, and I find out when I get there that I'm the piñata. You know?
Trying to line you up. But that was what was so interesting about that story is like the main dude was like, yeah, I'm cool with him. Like you speak all this hate, but your man is a black dude. Like,
Yeah.
like you was mad cool with this dude. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
It is.
What else you got on the docket, man?
That's
That's
it.
all, man. You ready
That's
to land
it?
the plane.
Yeah,
What?
that's it. We've been on
All
for
right.
an hour and a half
Dag. We got kind of
on the
kind
tangent.
of got kind of deep pause with these
Yeah.
topics, man.
Well, you ain't gotta
Right.
pause everything, man.
Seriously.
It's because Ant's watching, so I gotta.
Word. Well, anything else, guys?
Nah,
so-
we good,
No,
bro.
that's it. All right.
We got
Well,
Taos coming up on
yeah, I'm about to
Wednesday,
say
so
that.
if you guys
Yeah.
have, I'm sorry. Go ahead, land the
Yeah,
plane.
it's all
My
good.
bad.
It's all good.
My bad.
So we have a CPA coming on Wednesday. I believe he's a CPA. Is that right? Well, he's an accountant. We'll say that.
Yeah.
He's an accountant.
He's good with
so-
money.
Yeah. So if you have any tax questions, obviously
Investment questions.
investments, it is state specific. He is from New York, but I'm sure some of the questions this probably might be the same answer. We'll run a questions. I don't know what that's called. Question filter on Instagram, and we'll also put one on Twitter, so you can send those questions in, or just tag us, so that way we can get them answered. Or if you're going to join us here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, you can leave them in the chat, and then
Yeah.
he'll start answering them. We want to thank you for watching, and also thank you to our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and now Pandora Podcast listeners for joining us. So we appreciate you.
Yo, if
Thank
you're
you.
listening on Pandora, please add us on Twitter because I don't believe nobody listens on Pandora.
Twitter or on Instagram. And
Jimmy was
actually, no,
hating.
Well, wait.
He's like,
yeah, he
I
was.
was.
We don't need Pandora. What does Pandora? Who listens
Yo,
to Pandora?
but by default, I'm a hater, right? Like, like my
True.
my
Are you?
default is like no.
Are you
Like,
a
I'm-
hater or just you just register things differently? You ain't a hater, man.
I think my default is always like no. My default is my default. I by default I think I'm a contrarian.
True.
Like if you pro something, I'm gonna look at all the reasons you
So
know,
be
that are
against it.
anti. Yeah, just to hear your argument, you
Just
know,
to
and
be
your
proven
position.
wrong.
Yeah.
Or
No, I'm
to
not
be
trying to prove
convinced.
you wrong. Just to understand
No,
better.
but to be convinced that, oh, okay, this is why
Yeah.
this is good or this is
Yeah.
beneficial.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
It's more of a
That's good.
learning experience for me. Yeah.
Word. Well, thank you again. We'll see you on Wednesday. Remember to send in those questions or look out for the posts on Instagram and or Twitter. Thanks again. Don't forget to get your merch. Shop.that'snotchristian.com. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great week. Peace.
Shout out to Ant. Peace.